So with the remaster of Oblivion, I kinda wanna go through all the big and little changes I've noticed playing through the first few hours because Oblivion is such a nostalgic game for me. And I would say almost every change has been for the positive and makes the game better, or just makes it more fun or more streamlined. Of course with the graphical update, character creation has been upgraded, all the races look really good now. In general, all the races look better, human and elves got your typical upgrades, but where the upgrades really shine are with the Argonians, the Khajiits, and the Orcs. Argonians look amazing and they almost look dragon-like with their heads. Khajiits look like absolute chads now, I kinda love them. And of course Orc got improved as well, but the facial animations seem a little bit off when talking, but that could just be me. Now every race has 2 origins that changes your stats, but also helps with the roleplay aspect of it because it goes a little bit more into the race and your background. And this wouldn't be Oblivion if you couldn't mangle your dude's face. You can still create very cursed characters in this game, which I love. It's just a classic Oblivion thing. Skilling up has been probably the biggest change in my opinion. In the original Oblivion, you would choose 7 major skills, and these were your only ways to level up. And you could only level up your character if you level up these 7 skills. So this created a situation where you could accidentally softlock yourself if you over level other skills and not have enough combat skills. You could also create situations where you're just kind of like level capped a little bit early compared to other builds you could do where you chose skills that had lower levels. So you can accidentally make your game a lot more difficult based on the skills you chose at the very beginning of the game, and you also kind of determine your own level cap. So this system lacked versatility when upgrading your attributes as well, because how much of a bonus in the attributes you could gain depended on what skills you leveled up. And it only can go up to a maximum of 5, and it depended on what skills you leveled up during this period while you were leveling up your major skills. To upgrade your speed attribute and get all of those bonuses, you would have to level up any skill that would fall under the speed attribute, such as light armor, level that up a bunch of times prior to leveling up your major skills that would cause a character level up. It's very convoluted and can be a little bit complicated on how much you have to level up and how much you have to track in leveling up your character if you want to build right. Well, the remaster pretty much gets rid of most of that and kind of does a blend between the Oblivion and Skyrim skills. So yes, you choose your major skills and you still have 7 of them and you level up faster in these skills, but another thing now is that all your skills contribute to your level up. And when upgrading your attributes, it doesn't matter what you level up now, you can just choose to dump 5 points into any attribute now, regardless of what you leveled up, except luck, which has some restrictions. This is just a lot more streamlined and a lot more fun in my opinion, and lets you play the game without having to keep track of all these things if you want to like maximize your character or like improve your character in certain areas. And at the same time, it also keeps the spirit of Oblivion by keeping the major skills around and blends it with Skyrim's system of skilling a bit. So now I want to hit a bunch of small topics such as the graphics update. Landscapes look beautiful, they look so good now with the remaster, but I want to say Oblivion, the original game, always had this beauty to it and very nice charm to the game. So the remaster does try to capture the original charm in Oblivion. It doesn't do it 100%, but you can still feel it's Oblivion. And of course interiors and enemies have improved a lot as well over this remaster. I think one of the biggest pluses is the UI design has been overhauled a lot, and I love this just because the menus in Oblivion can be very cumbersome. I think my only complaint about the remaster's UI is I wish they improved the selling aspect a little bit, because it is still kind of a pain to go through each object you want to sell and confirming each one. So if you know Oblivion, one of the big things is that dungeons are very easy to get lost in because it kind of looks the same, so having the interior map is key. And of course in the remaster, the interior map looks a lot better and it's like a lot more cleaned up to look at, so you can find your way out of dungeons a lot easier now. So another small basic thing they added is sprinting, which the original Oblivion did not have, but it's a nice basic feature to have that most RPGs have now. So fighting animations and animations in third person look better overall, but it still has that Oblivion jank trying to still have that charm of the original game in it. So overall, I just don't see many downsides with this upgrade to this remaster. I think the biggest downside is simply the price of it, because it's $50 to $60 if you want to get the horse armor. But overall, I think it's a good game. It's just a little bit pricey to spend this much for a visual upgrade and some small quality of life improvements from a 2006 game. As always, thank you for watching, sub if you haven't, and catch me on the live stream.